Hello everybody, how's it going? It's Snatcher here, back again for another Premier League season, Premier League prediction time. If you're excited like I am, smash the like button, subscribe for the new season, comment what you think, and let's get on to it. Alright, here we go for the three relegated teams that's going to finish 20, 19 and in 18th position. I'm going to go for Brighton to finish 20th, Sheffield United to finish 19th, and Newcastle United to finish 18th. Leave me your comments about this. I reckon Brighton are finished. Literally, one player, Matty Ryan, he's gonna have a massive season for them. Can he save them? So many shots on goal. Save them basically to stay in the Premier League. They've lost Knockout. They've sacked Chris Hughton. Why? Who knows? I've got no idea why. But I reckon they're in trouble. They brought in Clark and Trossard. Trossard, an experienced player. Knockout out on loan to Fulham. Don't know why. I thought he was a tricky winger. I sort of like Knockout. Didn't have much end product, but played well on the right hand side. Created opportunities, just make things happen. A bit mental, a bit he's a bit frustrating player to watch, but I think he's good enough. Sheffield United, first team to get promoted, and I reckon they get relegated. The first team. They brought in Musa Jagielka and Ravel Morrison. What has happened to Ravel Morrison? This guy was like so potential. He was the next big thing, and he just flopped. The attitude, mentality was not there to compete and work hard. Basically, they brought in Jagielka. That's why I don't know why did you bring him for experience, I guess, but he's not gonna play. Is he? Surely Sheffield United. They played well last season in the Championship, low budget, but they had a style, they had a system, and they all worked together really well. They're gonna work hard. They're gonna work for Sheffield United, but I reckon they're gonna have not enough quality. And obviously Musa from Bournemouth, I don't think he's gonna do much as well. And 80th position, we have Newcastle United, brought in Joel Linton, and that's about it. Is he good enough? 40 million from Bundesliga, from Hoffenheim. I mean, if you lose Rondon, Perez, Mo Diarma, even though he's a sort of a sharp player, Rafa Benitez made him sort of a good player, and Hostel, who was crap, but he's sort of dangerous in the air. They lost Perez and Rondon. That partnership was causing havoc to every single team they faced, especially towards the second half of the season. Rafa got them working machines, and now I don't get it. They spend the money on Joel Linton probably because Perez is sold and Rondon's gone. Right, Rondon's gone to China with Rafa. But this Mike actually, he's actually pissing me off as well. I don't know about Newcastle fans. He's actually driving me crazy. I'm a Reds fan. Right, he's got no football knowledge at all. Right, he's got no footballing knowledge, and he just looks at one little thing. Is that going to make me money? Alright, I'll do it. Even though if it's a good player sold and a shit player brought in, is that going to make me money? Alright, I'll do it. He's got no knowledge, and Lee Charnley as well. They just a big yes man. They're just full of shite. That backroom stuff, management is full of shite. And they brought in Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce, compare the two, Steve Bruce and Rafa Benitez. They are fucked. They are fucked. Let's move on to the other teams. The next 5 positions I'm going to predict is at 7th position, you've got Aston Villa, 16 Crystal Palace, 15 Burnley, 14 Norwich, and 13 Southampton. Let's talk about Aston Villa being promoted. They played Derby in the playoffs in the Championship. They did well. And the thing is, they've released so many players, so many inexperienced bodies they got rid of. But they brought in Tyrone Mings from Bournemouth, who was on loan for them last season. Fantastic centre back, did really well for them. They brought in Wesley, an unknown player, and Matt Taggart from Southampton, a backup defender, left back. I think he plays left back, central defence as well. But they haven't recruited well. They lost Tammy Abraham, and I think they're just gonna stay up. Aston Villa, they've got a couple of good midfielders, but same they're a massive club. I reckon the fact that they're a big stadium, lots and lots of fans, massive heritage, and I think that's the reason they're going to stay up. I reckon they'll bring one more player in, maybe a forward. They need a forward. I mean, Tammy Abraham back to Chelsea. He's going to play up front. 16 Crystal Palace. They're going to lose Zaha, probably. Wilfred Zaha, that's the main guy. They've lost Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Man United for about 50 million. Zaha's the next one to Arsenal or to Everton. Those are the two best players, and those two players kept them mid-table. they're going to struggle big time. Even though Roy Hodgson is a good manager, they brought in Jordan Ayew from Swansea. All right. And they really wanted to go for Nathaniel Klein from Liverpool because a right back, basically Nathaniel Klein is the international right back, basically 27 at his peak, still got about 3, 4, 5 years at the top. Watt isn't starting for Liverpool, so he's eager to move. He's eager to work hard, get his spot back in the England side. Makes sense, right? But he gets injured for 5, 6 months, and that really puts a sour into Crystal Palace's mouth, right? Because now who do they go for? Right back for right back? Are they going to play Martin Kelly, the right back, or centre back? If Zaha goes, jeepers, they've really got Townsend, and then Milivojevic is going to be key for them to score goals, long shots and penalties. Really, if they're going to stay up, Milivojevic needs to get at least 10 to 15 goals, and that I'm dead serious. He needs to find his, really help this team big time because I don't see any more goals in that team. Benteke had a shite season, and they've got that tall Swedish striker. I keep forgetting his name, but look, he's inexperienced. He hasn't done well in any league, so it's going to be hard for Crystal Palace to stay up. I think they'll just do it because Roy Hodgson is a good manager for them. Burnley at 15th position. They brought in a couple of players, Jay Rodriguez and Eric Peters. Don't know why, just for squad backup, both shite. They lost Peter Crouch. Not much transfer market activity for Burnley, but Dyche's team, they're going to stay up. 14th Norwich. I think they're going to be the best team that comes up. Martin O'Neill, get them going. They're going. They're like a machine. They work together. They brought in a couple of very nice players, actually. Farah from Schalke, experienced goalie. He's about 30, 31 years old now. Very, very experienced, and he knows the sticks, if you know what I mean. He knows how to lead the defense, if you so. Sam Byron from West Ham, a right back. I don't know if he'll start at right back for Norwich to be backup right winger, right back. Patrick Roberts from Manchester City on loan. Attacking midfielder, centre mid. He's really creative. He's really light, agile. I reckon he'll do alright. And Rusip from a striker from the Bundesliga as well. Yeah, he's sort of unknown. I don't think he'll do, but I think Norwich will do well because of the players they've got already. I reckon they're going to go up and up because Norwich are a good Premier League team and they've gone down, they've gone up now. I reckon they're going to be a side that's going to be hard to beat. And Southampton, they were shite last season. Hasenhüttl came in after Marquis got sacked. What a shite manager Marquis is. Hasenhüttl pressing. Get the lads going. Working hard. Machine. They brought in Shea Adams, who was a fucking banging goal scoring last season. Scored about 20 goals, 25 goals for the championships last season for Birmingham City. Absolute machine. He's so quick as well. So quick. He's sort of like a mid-sized forward, about 5'10", 11, 6 foot, but he's so quick, direct. And with Shea Adams, Danny Ings it was on loan last season. Now he's been bought by Southampton and Charlie Austin, Nathan Redmond. That attack, they're working. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be hard to back. And also they brought Jenapol from the Belgian league, a left winger, sort of tricky left winger, unproven, but I reckon Southampton are gonna surprise a couple of people this season. They're gonna because Hasenhüttl, right, similar to Klopp, the way they work, praising the players, get them working, camaraderie. They're going to play well, Southampton, I reckon. So let's move on to the other teams. The next teams that are going to finish above the 4 positions above them: Bournemouth at 12th, West Ham at 11th, Watford in 10th position, and Wolverhampton at 9th. Let's talk about Bournemouth for a second. Their manager, Eddie Howe, is just now starting to push for that top 10. I reckon this is the season that they're going to push it, but not going to reach it. They brought in a couple of youngsters, a couple of talents. Lloyd Kelly is a youth player at Liverpool. He went down to Bristol City. Very commanding centre-back, a bit of a leader, a bit of a shouter. So the Bournemouth might really like that. Billing, massive. He's a fucking giant, by the way. Philip Billing. He obviously went relegated with Huddersfield last season, but he's got a fucking long-range shot in him. He's so big. He can win headers. He can take shots on goal. He could be a good squad player, and he could even break into the side for Bournemouth. So tall. They lost Tyrone Mings, but they didn't have him last season, and Musa too as well. So I reckon that's a couple of good additions from Bournemouth, a couple of youngsters, and I reckon Bournemouth is starting to really push for those European positions. But I think they'll finish 12th, and Eddie Howe will be sound with that. In 11th position, I'm going to have West Ham as well, mid-table. What's his name, the manager? I mean, look, if brought a couple of players like Sebastian Haller and Roberto, and then Pablo Fornals, a couple of unknown quantities, but Hala, he's gonna be good. I reckon he'll be good. I mean, West Ham have lost a couple of players like Lucas Perez and Arnautovic, Pedro Biang, Adrian, and Carol Nasri. So Roberto will be that experienced goalie for West Ham because Adrian is a good keeper, but I don't know if Roberto will be there or Lucas Fabianski will be starting. Probably Fabianski, but I lost a couple of experienced players like Carroll. I mean, why would you keep him? Nasri did alright as well, and Natovic just get rid of him. What a fucking yuck cheese he was. Absolutely, but I reckon it'll be mid-table as well for Pellegrini. So West Ham will be alright with it, and I think they're just getting used to the stadium now. They're starting to ease off that tension, but I reckon they'll do alright. Watford, I reckon will finish 10th. They've done fucking nothing this transfer market. They've got Craig Dawson. So who cares? Who fucking cares? I mean, he's just a good, okay centre back. West Brom, winners at West Brom in the Premier League. He was scoring goals, quite a few goals from set pieces and corners. He's just okay. He's just a massive giant. He's got no pace. He's just a lump at centre back basically. And ninth, I reckon Wolves. I reckon Wolves are going to be similar to last season, but I think they're going to struggle just a little bit. Europa League football. It's going to be a little bit harder for them. Alright, they had on loan Jimenez. They got him and Dendonka signed off. Now the actual players. They brought in Vallejo from Real Madrid on loan, or just a backup defender. He can play right back, left back, centre back. I think he is. So he's just a backup. And Patrick Catrone from AC Milan, another striker, because they lost the Cavallero. I think he was as well. So Wolves are going to be pushing in the top 10, but I think they're going to struggle a little bit. They're going to, especially that November-December period where things, Europa League start, they got to travel back and forth in England to Europe, so I think they're going to struggle a little bit, but I think they'll be alright and they'll finish in the top 10. The next teams I'm going to predict from 5th to 8th is Everton to finish at 8th, Chelsea to finish 7th, Leicester to finish 6th, and Man United to finish 5th. Let's talk about Everton firstly. I reckon they're going to push it. They're going to push Everton. Marcus Silva, I really rate him as a manager. They brought in Fabian Delph, Gomez, and Lozil. 3 players that are going to have an impact for them. Fabian Delph, just an experienced body right there. He's learned under Guardiola how to play left back. Fabian Delph, such a versatile player. Can play left back, centre midfield. I reckon he's going to be critical for Everton, especially in the cup games. Gomez is a fantastic player. He's an absolute baller. I really rate Gomez. Barcelona couldn't get the best out of him, but Everton, Marco Silva can get the best out of him. And Lozil, just a backup keeper. Just literally Lozil. Pickford is their number one. Lozil, just a good backup keeper, I guess. And a couple outs. They've lost a couple of players, Adama Lookman and Garner Gay, Vlasic and Williams. Some good players. And Lookman has gone to Leipzig, to Germany. A winger, striker, is so quick. I'm surprised he's gone. I mean, just for opportunities. Garner Gay is such a massive loss for them. He's gone to France, to PSG. Legit, he was their guy to break up the play. Him and Gomez were really playing well. And Sigurdsson, I think Sigurdsson, especially the new VAR coming, he's going to be vital for these set pieces and penalties. And I've also lost Vlasic and Ashley Williams. Just alright players, but just squad depth. They're lacking squad depth, I think, Everton, but Gomez, Delph and Lozil confirmed. I reckon it'll be good for them. And Chelsea to finish 7th. And I think they'll be alright with that, with Frank Lampard coming in. They brought in Kovacic for the confirmed the signing of Kovacic and Pulisic from last summer. And obviously the big loss is fucking Eden Hazard. Oh, I'm so happy we don't have to face him anymore. He always turned up against Liverpool. All the fucking time. Just ran the show. And he's going to be a massive loss. Pulisic to replace Hazard. No way. They're going to play Pedro. Tammy Abraham is going to have a massive season for them. They've lost Morata and so on. So I reckon Tammy Abraham is going to play for them. You know, Derby County, Frank Lampard played against Abraham a few times in fact, especially in the playoffs. So he played him. So now he's how he plays. He knows his playing style. He's quick, Abraham. He can hold up the ball and he can fucking finish the lot. So big season for Abraham. Pulisic, he's had a couple of seasons, really poor seasons. Still young. He's about 20 years old. Really, Jadon Sancho just took off that young prospect off him in Dortmund and he just fell off the cliff a little bit. But Chelsea have shown confidence in the lad. They're going to hope for the best, but Pulisic is going to have he's short of confidence right now, but I think he'll get the best out of him. But Frank Lampard, first season, transfer ban, they haven't brought anyone in. They haven't really sold anyone as well. So They're going to use players. Mason Mount as well is going to have a couple of chances. Kovacic, Frank Lampard. I think this will be a hit off season for Frank Lampard. Just get the squad going, understand what players he wants to keep for the next season, and so on. In 6, I'm going to have Leicester. I reckon Brendan Rodgers has got them going. Great character. And they've got Tielemans. I mean, he just confirmed as well on loan for them last season. He's a baller. Ayoze Perez as well. I reckon he's an underrated striker. And if they lose Maguire, are they going to bring Lewis Dunk for 40 million? Like, legit. Hey, I just realized. Lewis Dunk for 40 million. Take that in. Lewis Dunk for 40 million. Have a think. Have a think about that, all right? They lost a couple of players. They released Okazaki and Sims, so a couple of Premier League legends for them. If they lose Maguire, they're going to go for probably Dunk as well. But I reckon Brendan Rodgers, that getting their use, that like if they lose Maguire, they might finish 7th, 8th. But I reckon they're going to keep Maguire. I'll be honest. I reckon they'll keep him because Man United they're just mucking around, just fucking around. They're not getting the deals done, Man United. So we'll talk about them in a sec. But I reckon Brendan Rodgers, the second after last season when he came in, he was really got them going, and he's got them playing a style which they can suit the young players. James Maddison is going to go on another level. Holy shit! Like Jamie Vardy and Jose Perez, they're going to switch around, and Maddison is going to go into another level next season. And in 5th position, I've got Man United. They brought in a couple of players. Daniel Jones from Championship. I don't know why. He's potential, but he didn't do much in the Championship for Swansea. They brought in Wan-Bissaka, a very good player, obviously. But they've got, are they going to sign Bruno Fernandes, Nicolas Pepe, Harry Maguire? They've lost Herrera. Are they going to lose Pogba? They're not going to sell their dead wood, are they? They're going to sell for Jones, Smalling, Ashley Young, and so on. And Lukaku to Inter possibly as well. But look, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if he doesn't start well, he's gonna have pressure on him. The fans are gonna turn on him. They're not gonna get these signings done in time, are they? I mean, look, they're just Bruno Fernandes is a star, but does he want to go to Man United? Pepe could go to Arsenal. Maguire. They've talked about these transfers for weeks now. It's not. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I think they'll finish 5th. All right, moving into the Champions League position in 3rd and 4th. I got 4th Arsenal and Tottenham to finish 3rd above their rivals. Let's talk about Arsenal. They brought in a couple of very good players. Dani Ceballos, he's a very good young talent. He's not young anymore. He's been around the game for quite a while, but he's a central midfielder, sort of like a playmaker type. But his end product has been great. They brought in William Saliba, but he's obviously loaned back to Saint Etienne, which makes sense because he's so young. But Arsenal would have hoped for to get him. Nicolas Pepe, like talked about with Man United, they're going for Pepe. Tini, are they going to get the deal done as well as Umtiti? They've got so much deadwood like Man United. Are they going to sell them? They've lost Welbeck. Is any Ketia going to be good enough? Legit, like they've lost Ramsey, Czech, Ospina, Welbeck. That's some good players right there. Back up to Ben Leno. Who is he going to be? Martinez, Welbeck, Enietekia, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, who's going to play, you know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, but even us, we're going for Zaha, that might go to Everton, but Unai Emery, I think, is an underrated manager, and I think he'll do well to get into the top 4. They just missed out last season. They just fucked around that last month or two. They really did fuck it up, Arsenal, but legit, like, I think Emery's going to really get them going this season. He's now got a transfer window under his belt. If they can get Tierney sorted, if Socrates and Holding can come back, Maitland Niles, is he the first choice right back? Umtiti, yeah, yes and no. It's going to be interesting, but I think Arsenal finish in the top 4 and Tottenham to finish above them. They've signed Ndombele, which I think is probably the signing of the season right now. He is, in my opinion, amazing. Crunching, tackler, defensive destroyer, midfielder. Literally, he's going to replace Dembele, literally, by the name Ndombele. Ndombele and Sissoko. Holy shit. Legit. That is a partnership in midfield that could be frightening. Legit. They've signed Jack Clark, who lined out back to Leeds. They've lost Trippier and Janssen. It'll be interesting. Serge Aurier going to be starting right back. Are they going to start Walker Peters at right back? Maybe, but it looks like Serge Aurier. But it'll be interesting with Tottenham. Literally, Pochettino did not spend a penny last summer, and he made the Champions League final. And now he's got Ndombele, who's a star, literally a star. And their defense is so sound. Danny Rose still a very good left back. And their forwards are only going to get better. Son, 1 more year in the Premier League, is going to get better. Harry Kane is still young in his peak. Ali is going to get better. Lucas Moura, his confidence is going to be really high right now. Lucas Moura, so he's going to be pushing. Harry Winks is going to get 1 more year as well under his Premier League under his belt. So I reckon they're going to finish third. And let's move on to position 1 and 2. Alright, here we go. Who I think is going to win the Premier League season 19-20. Liverpool number 1, Manchester City number 2. Of course, what do you think I'm going to choose? Manchester City finished 2. Let's talk about them. They brought in Rodri, who I think is a very good player. And Angelino, who went to Netherlands for a season, and then Manchester City had a buyback clause. They bought him back, and have lost a couple of very good players, Vincent Kompany and Fabian Delph. I reckon they're more important than what you think. And Sane, could he leave this summer? Possibly not. But Manchester City got so much squad depth. But I feel like this season, like they've got 100 points basically 2 years in a row, and I feel like this season is gonna die off. I reckon. I just got a feeling, boys and girls. Can you hear me? I reckon this season, I reckon they'll get 90 points this season. Liverpool finish 92 points. I reckon both teams are going to struggle to get the same points as the same as last season, because it's so fucking hard. It's so hard to lose one game of the season, not win. Can you imagine that? But I reckon City will finish second, even though I reckon they have a bit of a burnout under Guardiola. And Liverpool finished 1. Look, we haven't had much transfer activity yet. We signed Vandenberg and Harvey Elliott, 2 very, very promising young talents. We got Ryan Brewster coming back. We got Oxlade-Chamberlain coming from injury. Adam Lallana, the new Jorginho. Can't wait for that. Gomez, Trent, 1 more year. And the Premier Leagues are going to get better. Fabinho finally has another preseason under Klopp. Naby Keita, a full season in the Premier League, getting his gel. This is going to be interesting. Shaqiri. Oh boy, baby, Divock Origi, the Lord Divock, unbelievable. We've lost Sturridge, Moreno, and Camacho's gone to Portugal, but Brewster is going to be back up to Bobby Firmino. He's going to shine. Harvey Elliott looks so good in pre-season, especially that game against, what was this? Oh, for fuck's sake, Leon. Harvey Elliott looked really good. Keanu Hoover played so well as a backup right back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Larucci looks really promising as well. We got so many promising young players. It's going to be exciting. Harry Wilson from Derby County had a great shot, great goal against Lyon. 25 yards out, goes bang. And that's who I think will finish number 1. Let's also talk about the Golden Boot. I reckon the Golden Boot will be Sadio Mane on his own this time. I reckon he'll finish with 25 goals. I reckon Aubameyang and Salah will finish with 23, and Harry Kane with 23 as well. Golden Glove, Alisson Becker. Who else? And any more other predictions out there? Most assists in the season, I reckon it'll be... Most assists in the season, I reckon it will be... I reckon Kevin De Bruyne is going to have the most assists in the season. And that's about it, I reckon. But wait, before we go, I've got a couple of mates who are from Italy and they want to do their Italy predictions from the Serie A. Who's going to finish top 4, surprises, Golden Blue, Golden Glove, who's going to get relegated? Here it is.
Hello everyone, thanks to Natural Red for the space that you're giving us. These here are some predictions of next Serie A. We will start by the end of this month. We all agree that first of all, the championship will be more challenging, will be closer to the top teams, and will be decided in the last 3 match days. Note that, for example, in the last match day there is Juve against Roma, so it's very, very big and unpredictable Serie A according to our opinions. So we all agree that top 4 is first Juventus, second Inter Milan because of a new coach, Antonio Conte, former Juventus coach with which won 3 titles with Juventus in the past years, and also former Chelsea. Obviously you know him, and we think he's a great added value to Inter Milan. So we believe he will finish as a second. Third, Napoli. because of Carlo Ancelotti's second year and some players new like Manolas. But we all think that Napoli is supposed to play a very great Champions League. So in the league will be about third in the ladder. And about the fourth position, there will be debate among us. And me and Francesco think that Roma is better suited to reach the fourth position because he maintains a lot of young, very good players. And Davide thinks that AC Milan will be 4 in the ladder because you want to tell
I think that Roma is not strong as the last year, and Milan, with the new coach, could be a better season.
Okay. New coach Marco Giampaolo, former Sampdoria coach, which is our surprise. We all agreed about this because still is a good team, Sampdoria, and there is a new coach, which is Eusebio Di Francesco. Is a former AS Roma coach, the coach that led Roma to the semi-final, UEFA Champions League semi-finals 2 years ago. They've been lost against Liverpool, and they passed with a very stunning game in Roma against Barcelona, winning 3-0, and after they were defeated by Liverpool. But we think he's a very good coach. He likes to play offensive, and so he gives value to the attackers. And don't forget that in Sampdoria there is the past top scorer of the league, so Fabio Quagliarella. So we think that this is a very underdog, which will be very, very good in his positioning. About the relegation, we agreed that Spal, Hellas Verona and Lecce will be relegated to the second league. We think that Brescia, which now is not very likely, is not very predicted to stay in the league. We think that in the end he will reach the target to stay in the Serie A thanks to some young players and to the organization of the club. About the top scorer, now comes the hard part because we all have different opinions. First of all, we have to say that the best keeper, we reach all the same opinion. Samir Handanovic, Inter Milan, will be, for us, is supposed to be the best keeper of the Serie A, thanks also to the defenders, very good defenders area that Inter Milan this season has. The top scorer, I start with my favorite. For me is Piątek, the Polish striker, AC Milan striker, which last year was the surprise of the championship with Genoa, started the season, and then he was bought by AC Milan in January. And I think that with the new AC Milan coach, he will be a very, very strong attacker, and he will score a lot of goals with left, right, header, with a lot of skills. So that's my pick. And Davide, what do you think about?
For me, it would be Immobile of Lazio, because I think that next year there will be the European Championship, and so he will be ready for Italian team, and so this will be a shining season for him, and he will score a lot during all the season, because he's also the only striker of Lazio.
Okay. And now Francesco opinion?
So for me, the top scorer will be Cristiano Ronaldo, because the last year he had second place. I think that one more year in Italy, he can be the top scorer to the league.
Okay, our predictions are done. That's all. Thanks again to Daniel and his Natural Red channel. We are good friend of Liverpool FC. I think it's a great team with such a huge story, and we wish you to win the title, Premier League title, after so long. Bye bye.
So boys and girls, if you like this Premier League prediction 1920 season, hit that like button, subscribe for the new season, comment what you think, smash that like button, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It'll be links in the description down below. Email naturalproblems@gmail.com and we'll answer your problems. Any problems, it could be relationships, schools, on the podcast. It's gonna be a massive season. Stay tuned. Hit that bell for the notification squad. Hashtag it notification squad. And I'll see you guys later.